Wishes come true, dreams thrive.
I have arrived.
Smiles beaming bright as the sun. From thrill rides to water slides. We're soaking up the love.
Yeah, they know us.
It's time for action.
I've been ready. For real? We all have.
Cause this is our story. Yeah, we came to play. Vibing like royalty. Chilling like VIPs. Shining like stars. When Disney said, be our guest, our response was, say less. It's like I told you.
We came to play.
Hey, best friends, please welcome to the stage from Disneyland Resort, Jada Young.
Hello, Essence Festival. How are we doing out there? Come on, let me hear you. How are we doing, Essence Festival? It is day 3. Y'all look so beautiful, and I am so excited to be here with all of you today. We are talking all things Disney experiences. I'm going to bring out some amazing panelists for this conversation. Before I do that, I want to introduce myself properly. My name is Jada Young, and as you heard, I am from the Disneyland Resort, where I started my Disney career. I am so excited that I've gotten to have so many experiences throughout my career. I started as a young attractions cast member in Cars Land, pushing buttons at Luigi's. I'm not sure if anyone's known about that, and just recently I got to serve as one of our Disney ambassadors for Disneyland Resort, bringing the story, the magic of our cast members to the world. And I'm very excited to be back here at Essence Festival again today with some lovely, amazing women that I'm going to bring to the stage. But before I do that, have y'all ever heard of We Came to Play? Can I hear a We Came to Play? Thank you. So if you haven't gotten a chance to visit our Disney booth, we are talking about Disney experiences. That is Walt Disney World, Disneyland Resort, and Disney Cruise Line. And We Came to Play is our invitation for each and every one of you to come and immerse yourselves into the stories that we are telling, to create lasting memories, and to take that beyond the resorts. So to help me tell that story, I'm going to bring 3 amazing women to this stage, and I need y'all to help me hype these women up, because they look good. They got dressed to the nines. They put their colors on just for y'all. So please help me welcome Christine Thompson, Tamika Lee, and Funmi Ford. All right, ladies, we can take a seat here. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, how are y'all doing?
Good. How are
We're
you?
having fun. We were just chatting. This has been an amazing weekend, and we're so happy to be here in the city of New Orleans. So I was just telling everyone in the audience, obviously, we are here to talk about our Disney experiences, and I shared a little bit about what We Came to Play means to us, and of course, that's our invitation for folks to come and immerse themselves into our stories. But what some of you may know or have noticed, the 3 of you are part of our Power of Joy content creators, which we love so much. And each of you in your own right have helped us tell that story to the world, share joy, and remind people why we do what we do, not just as creators and storytellers, lovers of Disney, but as people. So to start our conversation off, my first question for each of you: you all have had your experiences, whether it be at Walt Disney World, Disney Cruise Line, or Disneyland Resort, but can each of you share one moment just to kick things off where you felt like you could bring your true and authentic self? You got to immerse yourself, let go, feel free at any of those experiences that you've gotten to come.
I'll kick things off. Hi, everybody. I'm Christine. We made it to day 3.
We
Are
made
we still
it.
hanging in there? I think one of my favorite experiences was the inaugural Disney Power of Joy class. It was a group of Black creators, and it was not just the access that they gave us, the early morning park access, the character breakfasts, things like that, but it was just so much intention behind it. It was Disney saying, not only do we see you, but we're making room for you. This is especially for you. So I think that's the point where I was like, wow, this is a place that I've never really experienced. And it's really special to be a part of something like that.
I love that. First of all, hey Nola, I'm from New Orleans. I'm a local. I am your girl. Okay, listen up. When Disney called and said, "Come to Disney World and see that Tiana ride," first of all, I'm green for Tiana. I'm channeling my inner Tiana.
I love that.
Okay, so we got to see the opening of the Tiana ride, and I'm from New Orleans. This was like going home, but in Disney World. I grew up with actually Dookie Chase, Leah Chase. So these are family friends of mine.
Just a little brag.
Just a little.
Okay, that's why I throw that in there.
To see everybody there, we came to play the Power of Joy creators. We've become such good friends, and to see everybody in one place. And I brought my daughter and my husband, and it was just the best to see the Tiana ride. That was like my favorite moment of all the moments, if I could say.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I love
Fumi?
that. And hi, I'm Fumi Ford. We have made it to the last day, and we are with Disney Power of Joy. I'm so happy to be here. One of the most significant experiences, there were so many beautiful ones, but I think we did an all-white event.
Oh, that was the first
And-
time.
That's right, in Walt Disney World.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the way we danced, they had gospel music. They had a little bit of ratchet music.
Yeah.
Like, we turned up in that space, and to be there with creators that look like you, filled with so much joy, and my kids were dancing, knocking people over. I just was like, I feel seen, like Christine said, but I feel so much joy in being seen.
Whenever we get together, we all do that dance. We all get together.
The swag surf?
Yeah.
You know.
Swag surf.
Yeah. We've seen it.
We all do it.
In front of the castle.
I know. In front of the castle, wherever we are, in front of the castle, at a white party, it's the best. Well, thank you each for sharing. And I have to say, too, before we even get deeper into the conversation, this experience with all of you has been so meaningful to me. I mentioned to them a bit about my Disney career and how I got to represent cast members. But for us who work behind the scenes, sometimes in front of the scenes, sometimes on the front lines, to be able to welcome more guests into our spaces and for you to help us tell that Disney story to others, it really matters, and we're grateful that we get to share some more of that. So I just wanted to thank you and give you your flowers for that. Thank you. Okay, I have some questions about some of those experiences. You kind of teased a little bit. My first question is for you, Tamika, because you mentioned how you got to visit Walt Disney World. I know you also got to go on a Disney Cruise Line.
I did.
And we were chatting a little bit backstage about it, and I'm jealous because I still haven't been on a Disney Cruise, and I know I'm going to go. My time is coming.
Gotta go.
But I know all about it, and the Disney Cruise Line, they have a lot to see, you guys. There is so much authenticity and stories that you can see for yourself when you go there, especially on the Disney Destiny, which recently launched. You can see members of Wakanda. You see, like, Black Panther. They have the Feast of the Lion King. There are so many different stories there that make us feel seen and heard. And not only that, I know we talk about how Disney cruises are, it's a Disney cruise, so you think it's kids, it's Mickey Mouse, it's Minnie Mouse, but it's fun for adults too, right? And you were kind of sharing with that.
Yes,
so can you share
that's
more?
what I was gonna say. It's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. But I went on the cruise. I took my cousin Jared, so we were like adult children running around, and I promise you, I didn't see kids that like I had my adult experience.
Yeah.
And you were saying how you had your
I
your
took
kids.
my kids to the kids center, did not see them till dinner, and me and my husband went and did so many different things.
It was that was my first cruise. First cruise, never been on a cruise. So I was like, I don't do water. I'm not gonna swim in this ocean. It was stunning. It was beautiful. The experience, the joy. I did not see kids. We had our own little adult section. Every time we got off the island, it was still Disney though. It felt very immersive and still. I had the experience of a vacation,
Right.
and it still felt like Disney. It didn't feel like it's not a ride. It's not like I'm waiting in lines to rise or walking around in the hot sun. It was just like a mini relaxing adult situation that I was
Right.
like, I'm
Playground.
never coming
It's
off
an
of
adult
this.
playground.
Right? Like it's an
Right.
adult playground, and we had so much fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the Disney cruises, that's exactly what that is. Of course, they have the kids clubs, they have the different things that the characters that the kids can meet, but they have those adult only experiences. There's also places you can take your
Yes.
families, like the private islands, like Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. There's so
Low
much
key,
to
yes.
see. Yeah.
We had Pirate Night one night. and-
Yep, we do themed
And then
nights.
I love how we got to meet new people for dinner every night. We had our own group. So one of my new best friends, seriously, we became best friends. He did all of the garb for the Theodore, who did all the
Yeah.
garb for
Oh,
for Mickey and Minnie.
yes.
Oh,
And
yes.
we are still today best friends. So we went to dinner every night. You have your group.
Oh, yeah.
And you become friends. So you meet all these great people
Yeah.
that are like-minded, and it was just incredible. The whole trip.
Well, I'm glad. That's exactly what it's supposed to feel like. We have a video, I think, where you recapped a bit of your experience. So I'm going to toss it to the screen so we can see and hear exactly from you and what you experienced.
Another day on deck. I got to soak up the sun, get that beautiful view in, and just walk around the ship and see all the amenities that the ship has to offer. And this moment right here was when I said, what is my life? Disney, you have made me such a happy adult kid. Okay, y'all, day 3, Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point was a beautiful private island. A couple steps to our private cabana. There we were hanging out in the shade. We were able to get some sun and, of course, check out this beautiful view of the island. So the Bahamas has this island tradition called the Junkanoo, which is very similar to Mardi Gras. So your girl was very comfortable. All right, Minnie and Mickey? Everyone was ready to stay on this boat, maybe another day, but we had to say bye. And of course, Disney, Power of Joy, Sea at Summit was amazing.
It took me back out.
Right?
First of all, the Junkanoo, that's right.
Yes,
so we went
yeah.
to the Lookout for the Bahamas. They do this Junkanoo dance, and I'm like, this sounds real familiar. This looks like a second line.
Right?
This feels real New Orleans. That felt like home. It was, and y'all saw I turned 10 all over again.
Yeah.
And I was able to look, I had happy hours that night. I slept in. I ordered room service. We just had the best time.
It's
And
about
I met-
24-hour room service,
Yes,
right? 24 hours.
room service. It was, y'all didn't see any kids in there, but not that the kids aren't great. Bring the kids and send them away or not, but it was just a wonderful experience for sure.
Well, good. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So my next question, I want to talk a little bit about Walt Disney World. So on the East Coast, do we have anyone from Florida out there? Florida? Okay, I see you. So Walt Disney World, there's a lot to see. As you guys know, Walt Disney World has 4 parks. There are so many entertainment offerings right now, especially in the summer. We have a lot of specific offerings like for the kids. There's new attraction. We have the Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets that just opened. We have Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which was launched in partnership with the 250th celebration of our country. There's also Soarin' Across America. There's so much from each park. Food Me, you had your experience there.
Yes.
I know that you loved going to Walt Disney World. You have a little video about going on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but my question to you is, while you were there at Walt Disney World, was there a particular attraction or experience, whether it be Tiana's Bayou Adventure or something else, while you were visiting one of those 4 parks at Walt Disney World that really just, again, felt authentic to you, that you felt like you could let go, that, what was it there at Walt Disney World?
So I was born in Nigeria, and I moved to the U.S. when I was 8. And of course, I didn't go to Disney until I was an adult.
Right.
And I had my own kids. And the first time that we came on our own, and we were on It's a Small World.
Yes, yeah.
And my son was 8 at that time. And I'm watching him, watching A Small World, thinking how different our life was and is from my 8 to his 8. And just hearing It's a Small World after all. You don't want me to sing, everybody will leave.
Right.
Stay. I just started crying. And at my big age, I'm like, why am I on this baby ride crying? And it's just like, it's so beautiful. It really is a small world, and Disney makes it even smaller because you're there with your family. You're like in a cocoon of joy. And just seeing my kids just loving it and thinking, I'm so glad I was able to create this life for them where they're able to see Disney, the same Disney I wasn't able to see at 8. 10 out of 10. I'll always remember that.
That's beautiful. It's a Small World holds a special place in my heart too. I mentioned thank you. Yeah, hands up for that. That was beautiful. I mentioned I was a Disney ambassador. We operate on a global team as well, and each of our parks, we have It's a Small World. It kind of brings us together because that attraction opened up during the 1964 World's Fair, and it brought it over to the resort at Disneyland, and because of that, that's why Walt Disney decided he wanted someone to represent our cast members. So that's what kind of created the Disney Ambassador Program, and now not only do we have this global team of ambassadors, but we have people from all around the world. We have creators like each of you who get to share that story, who get to bring people in, invite them, and remind people that, again, we are more alike than we are different. So thank you for sharing that. I know you got to visit Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We have a video. Some of you might have seen it. I want to play that video and give you a second. So let's see the video that you have from your experience.
Hi, Tiana. Hi. We're about to drop. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I love that you were like, "Whoa," right, and immediately you knew you were safe. You're like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Went down. Okay, I'm good. We're fine. That was so fun. Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. Again, you guys, Walt Disney World has so much to see. Not only do they have Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but they have so many stories that align with some of the things that we can see ourselves in as well. So make sure you check them out. 4 parks. There's amazing opportunities to go there this summer. Also, for those of you who are in the audience, you might want to stick around because some of you might get a chance to go sooner. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. All right, Christine, I didn't forget about you.
Please don't.
Oh, I didn't. Don't worry.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say I saved the best for last because I didn't, because I love all our experience equally.
You did.
But I am from the West Coast, so I wanted to talk to you about the West Coast. Disneyland Resort, that's my home. I told y'all before, so Disneyland Resort was the original park, of course. It opened up in 1955. We just celebrated 70 years, which is so exciting.
Yes.
And now, of course, that's expanded across the globe. It's not the only experience. We have the cruises. We have Walt Disney World. We have so many around the world. But at Disneyland, we have also a lot to see.
Yeah.
Recently, we hosted our Disney on the Yard Yard Fest. Did anyone see that on TikTok? I know you saw. Yep. There was a lot to see there. But Christine, you were there, and of course, you're from the West Coast. So can you kind of share, specifically at the Disney on the Yard Fest, because you were there, can you, for those who weren't there, share a little bit about the authenticity that you saw, or can you maybe share what you think it was that made people feel so just celebrated and joyful, and what was it that brought so many people to Disneyland Resort?
Yeah, it was an experience. We had a time. We had a time last night. But it felt like Essence Festival met a family reunion with a bunch of cousins that you don't know but you already love because you just once removed or twice cousin, you know, whatever it is. So it was just a celebration of HBCUs, of Black culture, of Black music. We did every single line dance that there was. That's not the time to learn the Tamia dance on the dance floor. We need lessons before we get there. But, you know, they tried. And it was just like, I think what was the best thing about it was Disney wasn't trying to perform culture. They just let it breathe. They let it be. Like, it was just existing in the parks. It was exuding all over Juneteenth on Disney, at Disneyland, you know, and it's like, even coming here, I was in an Uber, and I had an Uber with an older Black gentleman, and he was telling me the history of New Orleans, and he was saying how Black people couldn't even go on Bourbon Street at one point in time. They could only cross it, or if they were working on Bourbon Street. And so it was just like full circle, like for us to have this festival here where we once weren't allowed on the most major street in New Orleans, to, you know, Disneyland and, you know, celebrating it, our Blackness loud and proud. It was just such a special moment to be able to experience. And, you know, we were having a time.
We had a time. We were line dancing. Our boots were on the ground for sure.
Yes.
Well, what's amazing about that, too, is the Yard Fest actually kicked off the Celebrate Soulfully, or summer, I should say. And there's a lot to see at Disneyland Resort.
Good afternoon, Essence Festival of Culture 2026. There are no drones allowed in the building. Again, no drones are allowed Any drones should cease operation immediately.
Immediately, she said, if not sooner. Okay. Well, as I was saying, so it kicked off Celebrate Solvay's Summer Vibes at Disneyland Resort, which is our way to, again, celebrate Black culture through the summer. And there are lasting efforts through that celebration that you'll see. So Tiana's Bayou Adventure is from coast to coast. So, of course, we have it at Walt Disney World. We also brought it to Disneyland. And at Disneyland, we have an entire block for Tiana. So we have Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is in Bayou Country. We have Tiana's Palace, where you can eat some of her food. And then across the way in our second park, we also have Avengers Campus, which are filled with more stories that each of us can see ourselves, like Black Panther, the Dora Milaje, so many things. But again, Disneyland Resort right now is the place to be at any of our experiences. And Christine, we have a video that you have where you kind of recapped one of your experiences of when you got to go to the resort. So I'm going to throw it to that right now.
Oh, the fireworks.
Yeah. Oh my God. I know, right? It's a swag surf. You saw we talked about it.
Jada, I did tell them they need to redo this because I was back home in Africa and I missed it, and it just looked insane.
Yeah. Well, little birdie told me we might have a chance to, so I don't know if you know anybody. Hopefully, and then everyone got to go at that time. But again, you guys, Disneyland Resort is the place to be this summer, especially. We have a kids ticket offer. $50 for kids under 9. So if you want to come experience some of those things, definitely come now. Check it out. But okay, so we've talked about all of our experiences. Thank you each for sharing your stories. But I want to dive a little bit deeper, talk more about culture and kind of what you see. So my next question for you, we kind of have teased this a bit. Through this experience as Power of Joy creators, you've gotten to meet plenty of people. But I want to know, do any of you have maybe someone that you've met through Disney Power of Joy, anyone that you've worked with, or whether it be a fellow creator, someone from Disney who's been able to kind of influence you in your life as just a human, as a creator outside of Disney as well?
They all have.
Yeah.
They honestly, when you meet everybody else, it's inspiring because, you know, we live such in a world of social media and everybody's competing and there's space for everybody. There's a place for everybody and everybody has their lane and everybody has their thing and their niche, right? And so I get inspired by all of them. Like I see them, I'm like, God, you're gorgeous. I love your look. I love your vibe. I want your story. And so I have like new followers, new best friends all around the world. And it's been amazing. That's what I love about it, is the connection that has happened that you can get through the Power of Joy. Yeah.
I agree. Christine?
Yeah, I'll jump in. I think that I need to shout out the Black women specifically that work for Disney Cinema.
They're right
there.
You took the word
Morgan, Courtney, Anastasia, we see you.
This experience has allowed us to meet some of the executives behind the scenes who are advocating for us, speaking on our behalf, making sure that we're represented in every single facet of the parks, to the cruises, to every experience. And so to be able to see the work that they're doing behind the scenes and probably don't get nearly as much praise as they should is really special. So I just want to shout out y'all and just say that we are so appreciative of everything that you do because it's really making a big impact.
And she took the words from me, but I also just want to add, we've all worked with brands before. To have the execs remember you, remember your children, remember events in your life is 10 out of 10. So just shout out to y'all for just being warm, welcoming, not just to us, but I think to everybody that comes into your sphere of influence. So thank you so much.
Stand up. Let the people applaud you and see you.
Stand up.
Stand up.
They're shy.
Anastasia, Morgan.
We have Morgan, Anastasia, Courtney, Rumby.
Yes.
They hate me right now.
And that's what happens when you are part of this not only the parks and the cruise lines and the stories with them.
Exactly.
You're all included. It's
a
what happens.
family.
It's a package deal.
It's true. It's a family. And, you know, you said it, you took the words out of my mouth. I think that the reason why we want to invite so many people into our experiences is not just to have you a part of our family, but it's to make sure that you feel seen, that you feel heard, that you feel like there's a place where you can exist and thrive and let go and be happy. And we're excited that we not only get to do that, but we get to kind of share that Disney magic elsewhere too. We get to bring it outside, whether it's here at Essence Festival, whether it's with Tiana's Joyful Celebration, which Walt Disney Imagineering has launched, and they're bringing on the road. It's going to LA next, actually, come next February. There's just so much to see. But speaking of Tiana, Tamika, you mentioned that you have a very close relationship with the Chase family. And we at Disney, of course, also have a close relationship with the Chase family. So and all of you can share this, but for you, what do you feel like it means to have that family get to be represented at a large scale through Tiana's story? For those who don't know, which I'm sure you do, Princess Tiana was inspired by Miss Leah Chase, who is the queen of, or princess of New Orleans. But what does that feel like?
The queen of Creole cuisine, Miss Leah Dookie. Let me tell you something. So my grandmother and Leah were friends, and they grew up together here. And then Dookie Chase, they grew up down the street. So it's almost like, it was like family. So when the movie came out, I'm like, again, this feels like home. But to bring that to a national platform. And I feel like Walt Disney, he loved New Orleans. He loved New Orleans. And when you do go to the parks, not only do you have that experience from the wrought irons, like, you know how New Orleans has the wrought irons, and the smell of the beignets and just the look of the moss trees, everything is intentional in, around Tiana's adventure. And so just growing up with the family itself has been amazing to see her story. And that story needed to be told, and she is a queen. She's our queen of Creole cuisine. Yeah. She's everything.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Rest in
Okay.
peace, Leah.
I kind of mentioned or teased a little bit. We have a very exciting announcement or experience that we might be giving away at the end of this. But before we close things out, I have one final question for each of you. And it could be the first thing that you think of at the top of your mind. So we've obviously shared about what you can see at your experiences. But in one word or one sentence, why should people choose to come to a Disney experience today? So whether that be Walt Disney World, Disneyland Resort, or Disney Cruise Line, or maybe even visit Tiana's Joyful Celebration, which is traveling around the world, why should people choose to come today, right now, here at Essence Festival?
Pure joy. That's
Joy.
really what sums it up completely. There's not very many spaces where you can just exist and experience the excitement of what Disney magic is. So it's just the joy of it all.
Yeah. Beautiful. Couldn't have said it better.
Well, it's not a vacation; it's an experience. So
Right.
it's moments. It's timeless. It's ageless, like I've said. And so it's all about the experience for me, and that's for me why I think you should go. That's the end. It's not a vacation.
Yep.
It's the whole thing.
I agree. Funmi?
And I know there's a phrase, forget the kids. I'm going to say, do it for the kids. Because for me as a mom, everything I do is through the eyes of my children. So experiencing Disney through the eyes of your kids, you see it in a whole new way. So do it for the kids.
Do it for the kids. I love that. Okay, y'all. So we've reached the conclusion of our conversation. And first, I want to thank these lovely ladies, because everyone give them a hand for our wonderful panelists.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
now
you,
I
guys.
mentioned that we have something exciting going on. So right now, what I need for everyone to do is to look under your seats. There's going to be a sticker
Uh-oh.
under your seat.
Who got it?
And if you find the sticker, you can look around if you're not sitting in it. Look around.
get
look
up
for
and
the
find it.
sticker.
Ryan,
You want to
yeah,
find
you want
the
this.
sticker.
It's a Mickey Mouse sticker, I should
Look
say,
under
specifically.
all the
Probably should have said
seats.
that.
Go down the rows.
Down the rows. And if you find the sticker, go ahead and raise
Who
your
got
hand, and
it?
I'm going to
Who
let you
got it?
know.
Go.
We got it? We got it?
Yes.
We got
With
it?
the
Where are
ears.
we? Okay, beautiful. Okay, my friend. All right, everyone listen up. And we're at Essence Festival of Culture. We just talked about it. Joy is what we're about. And while my friend here just won something very special, and she has been blessed with some joy, I want everyone to understand that we're all going to, by proxy, feel this joy for her, okay?
Yes, we are.
And may this ripple, and may she touch you, and you
Yes.
receive this as well. You won't get the actual prize, but receive the feeling of the joy. Okay, my friend. So, thanks to our friends at Walt Disney World, you have won a 4-night, 5-day stay at Walt Disney World in Florida Listen, for you and up to three guests. And this trip includes round trip airfare, hotel accommodations,
Oh
a
my
5-day
God.
theme park tickets, and a $500 Disney gift card. You are going home with that today, okay? Okay. Everyone clap it up, because this is a big deal. Now, my friend, I know you are filled with emotions and joy right now, but I'm going to have you come meet my friend. So everyone say, hey, Felicia.
Hi, Felicia.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Felicia is our current Walt Disney World ambassador. She is representing the cast members over at Walt Disney World. So, friend, you're going to come meet Felicia, and she's going to give you your prize, your certificate. Once again, everyone, hands up. She's going to have the vacation of her life at Walt Disney World. Thank you so much.
Make me cry.
There she goes. She's going to
chills.
Walt Disney World, everybody. Okay. And that right there, that is what
That
joy
is
looks
why.
like.
That
is what we do at the experiences. It's not just about us inviting you to come and experience what we have to offer, but we want to bring it to you. So again, thank you all so much for being here with us today. If you haven't already checked out the Disney booth, we have the Disney Power Joy Summer Street Jam, which is happening just next door. We're doing more giveaways, so if you're excited about that Walt Disney World trip, go check that out because there might be some other things. Ladies, I cannot thank you enough for being here, for having this conversation.
Thank you.
Don't forget to use hashtag Disney Power Joy. If you took any photos, tag them, tag these wonderful women. And with that, I think we're at a close.
Yeah, and give it up
Jada,
for
you did so
Jada.
good.
Round
You
of
did
applause
amazing.
for our moderator.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.